Hey everybody, it's Nelson Miller here with PA Creative. Today I'm excited to show you how to create and use custom post types in Divi. And one of the reasons I'm excited is because we have a brand new resource for you that's free on our website. It's a custom post type generator. So all you got to do is go to the link, and we have it. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description here. Go over to the blog post and you'll see that. Basically, you type in what you want to make and then click generate and then just paste the code right into your child theme. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Don't worry, it's going to be easy. And then some use cases why you would want to do this. All right, let's get started. All right, so first of all, what is a custom post type? There are post types in WordPress, and then we can add additional post types, and we call them custom post types. So pages and posts, like your blog posts, they're considered post types, but they're already included by default. So when we say custom post type, we're thinking of something additional beyond that. And a post type is a way to, well, it's a way to organize content. So you can classify it and arrange it and keep it in a nice orderly fashion on your site. And it kind of allows you to go beyond the standard. So like if you wanted to have, well, we'll get into examples, but different types of content on your site, and posts just aren't going to work and pages aren't going to work. You need something beyond that. And maybe you even need ways to like filter it and to search it and archive it and all that stuff. So custom post types are great for organizing content like that. So we actually just came out with a free generator, and you can use this for custom post types and for taxonomies. And we're going to have another tutorial next week on taxonomies. But for this one, we're going to be focusing on custom post types. And that's right here. You can go over here, look at the link. It's going to be in the blog post, and I'll try to remember to link it in this video as well. So it's a custom post type generator. You can see right off the top here that we have post types and taxonomies. So we're going to want to be on post types tab. That's where it comes by default. And then you can see the different options here. And then we'll get down here and we'll click on generate. And it'll generate once we fill in the information. So I'm going to go over, what post types are and then how they integrate in Divi. And then I'm going to explain like all of these settings. So we'll go down through each one of these and kind of give you an idea of what they are. And so it just kind of helps you understand what you're actually creating. So first off, I just want to point out that Divi actually comes with a custom post type. So I mentioned pages and posts, but there's also one called projects. So that comes with Divi when you install the theme. And projects are like meant to showcase things that you've created in a portfolio. And so in fact, they have portfolio modules. There's a Divi filterable portfolio, things like that. So you can use that to kind of have a main archive of the projects, and each project is a custom post type page. So that's maybe gives you an idea that that goes beyond, like I said, that goes beyond pages and posts. It's something additional, and you can use that. Now another one that you may be kind of familiar with, in fact, I'm going to just jump over here to my demo. I want to point out, well, there was the projects right here. So you have projects, and you can even have taxonomies for these, which are ways to organize the pages, so categories and tags for projects. So anyway, another one, I have WooCommerce installed in this demo. So it makes another custom post type called products. And again, there's products. Here you can see that. And then there's categories, tags, and attributes. So these three are taxonomies. And again, we're going to get into that in the next video. But anyway, this is an actual custom post type. And we can go beyond that. We can make our own, and that's what's so cool about it, and that's what our generator helps you to do. So I guess you may be wondering, well, how can I use these in Divi? And I'm going to actually show you how to generate one now, and then we're going to go down through and show you how you can integrate it. And it's really cool, and it's really easy. You can use, the theme builder even, for example, just to integrate with Divi, and it's going to work flawlessly. Divi is really great for custom post types. So let's go over to our generator, and let's kind of just get started here and look at the information. Now, thankfully, our generator has this cool feature where you can type in the name that you want, and it'll auto-populate a whole bunch of fields. That's really cool. So think about what you want this to do, and go ahead and like look up examples of custom post types. I mean, maybe you want to make for books, or I think that's the example here, books. If you wanted to do that, and you wanted to have each page was about a book, and then you could like go through and organize them, and you could call it books, and it's a custom post type for books instead of projects, pages, products, all that. You could type that in here, and let's just do that, and I'll show you what I mean by this auto-populating thing. So if I type in book, right, look how it automatically typed in books. It typed in the key, which is that's just how it's referring to the post type in the code. But then down here further even, which we'll get to this, but look, it even says, add new book, search books, all these things filled in automatically for us. So that's really cool. And that's just an advantage of using our generator here. Let's actually make one for cats. That's just a fun one to make. So we're going to call it cat. That's our custom post type. The plural is cats, and then the key is going to be cat. Okay, and that's lowercase. So that's good. We don't have to edit that or anything. So I guess I should point out back here on the blog post, and that's linked in the video description. This here is the instructions, and I tried to explain each one of these settings as good as I could, and we're gonna reference this too. So like the name is pretty self-explanatory. That's just what we're calling it, and the plural name, it shows up at different places on your site as plural, and so it's really simple, but we've got to define it. A description, that's going to be the next setting there, and you don't really need that. I don't know that there's a whole lot of use cases for that, but you can add that if you want to. I don't know, if you want to just write what your post type does or what it's about. And then there's one more setting in this section, and that's hierarchical. That basically means it can have a parent and child relationship, like pages do that. You can have like for example, yourdomain.com / parent page / child page, right? So that's a way of organizing. So if you want that at all, if you expect that you'll use that, then go ahead and keep that set to true, okay? So then the next section is the features, and we'll follow along here. So basically this is options you can choose, and this all depends on what you need. So, there's just a lot here, and these are kind of self-explanatory. I don't know that I want to go into all the details. Let me just jump over here to a page, and I'll show you kind of how it looks on the page post type. So if I go in here to this one, all right, then that's real quick. Take a look here. So title, excerpt, featured image. Let's find them here. Title over here. Featured image is right here. The excerpt is right here. So you see that we're basically saying, do we want those features? Comments, author, custom fields, revisions, post formats, page attributes. Do you see these here? Page attributes right here on the side. You're just saying, do you want to include them with your custom post type? You may or may not. That's up to you. So just go down here and see how you can kind of turn them on or off. All right. Select which ones you want. All right. Next is taxonomies. So something important to understand here, we're not actually creating, in this right here at this example, we're not creating a category and tag of cats. We're actually creating categories and tags for our posts. So I know that can be really confusing. I'm going to try to explain this quick. So, we in WordPress, on our blog posts, we have tags and categories. So that's where those are going to show up. So if we would create, if we go over here to posts right here, and then categories, that's where what we're saying here is, do we want to use the categories for our posts for our cats? And then if you did, you would select these. Now, if you wanted to make your own types of taxonomies, custom taxonomies right here, like breeds, it's a category of cats. If you wanted to do that, well, then that's what we're going to do with our other tab here in the next video, okay? So what we could do, if we know that we're going to do that, we could go ahead and type in breed here. And then we're going to basically follow up on that in the other video on creating custom taxonomies. But for now, let's just go ahead and keep moving. So the next section is labels. So labels, like look at this, add new item, edit item, view item. It's just saying, well, here, let's show you. It's like here, up here in the top, it says view post. So it would say view cat. Okay, it's changing that word. So even like down here, add new, all pages, and then it will say like add new cat. Okay, so it's kind of just is making it specific. Like here, add new, right? Add new cat, add new item. You're replacing the word item with cat, and it automatically did that based on what we selected here, cat. So that's really cool. You don't have to go through and type all of them in. Now menu icon, that's where we have to go to another website. So you can click on here and find an icon based on the WordPress dash icons. And I want to show you here real quick. See this like thumbtack type icon that's used for posts, and then Pages has this one where it's like, you know, 2 pages stacked. Projects actually uses that same one. WooCommerce has like a little Woo icon there. So this is the icon that we need to assign, okay? It's the one that shows up here in our dashboard. So we can go here on the link and find one that we like. Now, I don't think there's going to be one that works really well for cats because there's not going to be a cat here. So I'm just going to look for something that I think makes sense. Maybe I'm going to have, I don't know, different pictures of cats. So maybe I could use this one here. I don't know. So anyway, when you click on it, it puts it up here, and then right here, do you see this? It says dash icons, dash images, dash alt 2. That's the name of our icon. So we need to copy that. Okay, so like here, if I click, see how it changes? Dash icons, dash admin, dash site. It kind of changes. In fact, that's fine. Well, I don't know. In fact, right here is the default one that was used. Dash icons, dash admin, dash post. So we don't want that. But anyway, I kind of want the one that I already copied. This one right here for images. So I'm going to go back into my generator and just paste that here. There you go. You see that? So I pasted in that code. All right. And that's what it's going to make that icon show up. Here's the visibility. And this is going to be basically controlling how our post type appears in the back end. Like we said here, do we want it to show up in the menu? In fact, actually, let's look at this. A couple of these settings here. And some of these, we're getting into some of the technical things, and we're going to be able to skip some of these, and that's okay. I'll try my best to go through this quickly, but also explain it. So this option, it's going to change if this post type is available basically to visitors, the public one, and just set that to true. Now show in admin UI and show in admin menu, set those to true. That's basically, we want it to show up in our menu. So it's going to show up here, right, in our menu. And then this one here, show in navigation menus. Now that one, notice that it says navigation menus. That would be when we're under appearance menus. And you'll see here some of these options that show up here. Like for example, product categories right here. It'll show up, it'll say cats. Look, here's products. Here's events. That's another post type. Posts, pages. So it's going to create one here that says cats, right? If we have this set to true. Okay? And then there's menu position, and that's basically saying, where do I want it to show up here? See how you could put it kind of wherever you want here. You can choose below posts, you can choose below media, below links, all these, just pick one. And there you go, that's going to determine that. Now the last set here is a bit technical and a bit advanced. Don't stress out too much. I would just keep these set to true or false, whichever they're on. If you're a developer, you're going to understand this. If you're not a developer, if you don't really know what these means, then you probably don't need them. I hope that is a fair analysis of that. That's basically it for that. Just kind of keep these how they are, and you can read up a little bit more about these over on the blog post. So now it's time to click that green generate button. All right, so let's try this out and click on there. All right, and it brings us up, and forgive me, I need to style my button here. I'll do that. But basically all we got to do is click copy. All right. So it's copied to our clipboard. Now, what are we going to do with this code? We just generated a bunch of PHP code. So go over to your website, go over here to appearance, right? And then theme editor. Now, you need to have a child theme installed. If you don't have a child theme installed, I'll link to mine in the blog post. We have a free one that you can download. It's basically going to come with styles and functions.php, and that's where we need to go, functions.php. So we need to go into that and just scroll to the bottom. And we have it on our clipboard, remember, so we can hit paste, Control V. And there you go. This code is what we just generated by filling in those answers. And you can kind of look at it and kind of see, oh yeah, look, name, cat, singular name, cat. Remember filling that in? And then hierarchical, true. Remember we were kind of setting true or false to a lot of these. Here's that icon symbol. All right. So here's what we included for what it supports, you know, the thumbnail, the editor, the title, things like that. So you could actually, if you wanted to later, if you wanted to like change your mind, you'd be like, oh, I wanted this one to be false or whatever. You could actually go in here and just change the word true or false, but just be careful when you're editing PHP. So let's click on update file. Now let's refresh the page. Okay, so there you go. Cats is now showing up in our menu. You can see the icon. When I hover over there, it's like, go look at the cats that we already have and or add a new one. Now, I don't have any made, so if I click on here, you know, it's just none here. Let's go ahead and add new. All right, I'm going to make a cat. So let's call this one, I don't know, Roxy. All right, so I could write about it. So, you know, this is what I have to say about Roxy. All right, and then I want there to be an image of this cat. So right now I'm just going to go grab one here from Pexel's free cat image so I can add it just to add some relevance. Might as well add a cat, right? All right, perfect. So there I have my image set. This is all just kind of, there's no point in really doing this. I'm just showing you. So I'm going to publish this. And then, well, you'll see there are some good reasons for this. Actually, I'm going to make an excerpt here. All right, so something like that. I just want that there for when I show you how we can integrate this with Divi. And that's the next step. Well, now that we've got our cat's custom post type installed, what's the next step? And that's over here in the blog post. I have this section here, how to use custom post types in Divi. And well, it's a great question, but there's lots of good answers. So there's a couple of things we need to do. That's first of all, go over here to Divi theme options. Okay, so we're in Divi theme options. So click on this tab here, Builder. And then we come here to Post Type Integration. You can see that these toggles show that I already have posts, pages, projects, products, events all turned on. And look here, cats. See? It integrated with Divi already. All we got to do is turn that on, and now we can use the Divi Builder on that page. So let's save that. So now if I would go back here to my cat, if I would click on here, you'll see that when I go to edit this, I can actually get this purple button here to use the Divi Builder. So I can, instead of using this default WordPress thing here, I could go and use the Divi Builder because I turned that on. Now, the other thing we can do is use the Theme Builder. Now, this is just incredibly powerful. If you have not played around with the Theme Builder, you really should. By the way, I'm going to have a mini course on the Theme Builder coming out really soon. It's going to also be included in my Ultimate Divi website design course called Beyond the Builder. So anyway, the Theme Builder is just incredible. So what we could do here is assign a template that we want to appear for all those cats. So any custom post type, and look at that, right there it is. There's cats. Now this would be, if I'd select that, then this template would appear for any page that's a cat. So like that one I made that was Roxy. Or if I make another one, that would be the template that is used for that. Now the cat's archive page would be the page, it's like mywebsitedomain.com/cats. That page there is what the archive page is. So you could go here and build a template, and then on there you would want to put something like the blog module, which I'll show you next. In fact, that's a good idea. Let's do that right now. So I guess here also I could choose specific cats, like I just want it to be for Roxy, or I just want it to be children of Roxy, children pages. Remember we chose hierarchical. Let's actually do it for this one here, for the cats archive page. That's a great idea. So now I have my template. I could use a custom header. Right now I'm just going to build the body. So I'm going to click on here and build custom body. All right, so I'm going to click build from scratch and then just pick a row here. And then I'm going to use the blog. Okay, so the blog does have custom post type support now. That's a fairly new feature, and I just want this to be on like a grid layout of some sort. And I'm not going to really style it, but basically under this content, under the content tab, under the content toggle, post type. See what's under there? And there it is. We can choose cats. All right, so there we go. It's going to pull up my cat, and I can display a list here of my cats, and I can display them, right? And so what would happen now if I save this? This is saving the theme builder template. Close that and then click Save Changes. Okay, so there's one more thing I have to show you, and this will involve editing the code, but it's going to be extremely easy. So down here we're in theme editor and functions.php, where it says has archive equals true. So what the problem is now is that my archive page is going to be on just the singular cat. So by default, it's just going to take on whatever my post type is. So my post type is cat. So it's going to take that on. Now, in order to solve that, all we have to do is go in here and change this word true, right? So has archive, take out the true and use the little single quote character, and then type cats with an S, obviously, and then we'll update the file. So basically it's saying that way the archive page will be cats instead of just cat. All right, and then let's go over to settings and go to permalinks. Now this is really important. We're basically messing with a permalink. So we need to go here and you can either like click off and click back, or just click on it and then click Save Changes. And it basically needs that to happen in order to like just force WordPress to realize, oh, okay, we're saving our permalinks now. Otherwise, it would give you a 404 error. So now we can go over here to cats, right? So our domain.com/cats, and there it is. That's the page that we just built in the Divi theme builder. So that's one way you can integrate. And now if I would click on this cat, I would go view Roxy. I would go, here it is, Roxy the cat. And again, remember we enabled the Divi builder on our custom post type. So I could go here and edit the page. And, you know, I could get rid of this sidebar and edit this however I wanted in Divi. So there you go. That's how you would integrate the custom post type into Divi. I really hope that this was helpful. Now this can be confusing, this whole thing. So I hope that, you know, if you need help, just be willing to ask. There's people in our Facebook group, the Divi Teacher, that will definitely be able to help. And I try to monitor the group too and try to help as much as I can. So go ahead and ask if you get stuck on any of these things. This can be a lot to take in, and just overall, just try to learn how this is working in Divi and how beautiful it is, and think of how you could use a custom post type on your website. Okay, so that's how you create and use custom post types in Divi. I really hope that you enjoy that. Go ahead and play around with our generator. I hope that is useful to you, and that you can add some cool custom post types. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video.